about to show you how to get consistent real estate deals on autopilot without ever having to host an open house, door knock, or cold call again. Because after helping over 60 realtors get consistent deals without prospecting, we have developed a repeatable process to build your income while taking advantage of automation to remove you from the process. So in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to use automation to do all of your prospecting for you and take everything off of your plate so you can focus on face-to-face interactions with qualified buyers and sellers. So sit back, take out a pen and paper, and prepare to learn exactly how to leverage automation to build consistent deal flow in 2025. Okay, so when it comes to automating your follow-up, you want to be doing this on multiple channels, and you can do this from really any CRM software that you're using. So we have our own that we use with all of the agents that we're partnered with. You can also do this on Follow Up Boss. You can do this on HubSpot. You can do this with Sync. You can even do this kind of stuff with like KW Command or KV Core. Every CRM software pretty much has the ability to do this kind of follow-up. So I'm going to teach you how it kind of works here. So you're always going to have some kind of trigger. This is going to be what actually makes the automation sequence start. So a trigger can also be a number of different things. It could be when a lead is tagged something, when they get a tag added to them, say new lead. Or you could also do it, have it so that the trigger, for example, is a new contact being created. So literally anytime a new contact is created, it will trigger this sequence. Or you can make it anytime a contact is created and it has the tag, say for example, buyer. If you have a different sequence that you want to go off for buyers and from, when you have a new seller lead come in the door. So that trigger can really be whatever you want. You can get pretty creative with it. Then from there, you're likely going to want to give, whoever's calling your leads for you, whether you're doing it yourself or you have an ISA making all of those calls for you, you're going to want to give them just a little bit of time to get to the lead, to have some speed to lead aspect to it. So I don't recommend starting your follow-up sequences immediately. That way someone has time to call the lead. Best thing you can possibly do is get on the phone with them, but this is going to be something to save time on the back end here. So then you're going to start adding steps. Now, this is going to be a combination of sending SMS messages, emails, and wait steps. A wait step is basically how long the automation is going to wait before it starts the next one. Because if we come in here and we just add a bunch of text messages, they're just going to be firing back to back to back to back to back, and that's going to look ridiculous. So you want to be waiting in between them, and you can make these sequences as long as you want. We have one that goes on for 365 days. It's an entire year of follow-up, and I'll show you kind of some examples in just a few minutes here. But what you're going to do is you're going to go in, you're going to add an action to the automation. We're going to start building this out. So in this case, the software that I'm using, it's called Go Eye Level. This one, the wait action is just called wait. So we're going to do a time delay, and then we're going to have it wait for 30 minutes. And let's do 29 minutes so that the next text message that comes out is a little bit more casual. If it's on the dot every single time, top of the hour or 30 minutes, it's going to look a little bit weird. You want this to look very organic so they feel like a human is texting them and it's not like a robot or anything. Now, one more thing that I like to do here is add an advanced window and add a start time and end time. We can add Saturday and Sunday in there as well. But this way, if the lead comes in at like 2 a.m., it's not going to wait 30 minutes and say, hey, just saw you were looking at some houses in this area. I would love to help you out, because that's ridiculous. No one's going to respond at 2:30 in the morning like that. So instead, this way, we'll have it make sure it'll wait 30 minutes and it'll check to make sure that it is between, say, 8 a.m. and we'll go like 7 p.m., for example, because these are realistic times that you would respond to a text message or that you would get a text message. So I always like to add into the title here, be as detailed as possible so you know what's going on inside your sequences. So even though it's just called wait, I'm going to rename it wait 29 minutes. And then we're going to send our first message. So we're going to send an SMS. It might be worded a little bit differently in your system, text or message or something. So we're going to send an SMS, and we're going to go ahead and customize this so that it's personalized to the lead. So we're going to say something like, hey, and then add in a custom value, contact, first name. So it's going to say, hey, their first name. And so that this feels a little bit more personalized. So you're reaching out to them specifically. So, hey, name, just got pinged. You were checking out some properties, and you want this to pertain to whatever they came in on, right? Whatever system, whatever, whether it was an ad or whether you met them at your open house, whatever they are actually, whatever, caused them to come into this follow-up sequence, you want your messaging to pertain to that. So in this case, I'm going to write this out as if they clicked on an ad and they were looking at some properties in, say, some properties in the downtown Dallas area. I have a few more that, and this is where you can start to like add some value as well. You could say, I have a couple off-market properties as well that you're not going to find on the MLS. If you want to check those out as well, happy to send them over. Any kind of value that you have here that's going to get people engaged. So we can we can even keep this super simple. Were there any other parts of town you were looking? Something like that. That way, it's, again, super casual, and they're going to say, oh, no, I'm just kind of seeing what's out there right now, which is fine. The goal is to get them engaged here. It's fine if these messages are triggering people to be like, oh yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not buying for a long time. I was just kind of looking. That's fine. It's good to get a no. It's good to get negative responses from people as well as positive, because that tells us that we don't have to waste our time following up with them anymore. So especially when it's something like this, when they come and they clicked on an ad or something. So that's an example of how you can kind of set that up. And then from there, I would likely say, have it wait 2 hours, or say wait another 1 hour. So we're going to do the wait step. We'll do 1 hour. Again, we'll just set those to the same thing, and then call it wait 1 hour. And then we're going to send another text message which says, let me know. That gives it a really human look, so it's super casual. And this is going to get a lot of people to respond and make them feel like they're not texting with like a robot or anything like that. Then we can literally just carry on with this sequence. We can go wait 1 day or 24 hours, however you want to do, add the time window in and everything, and then we keep going. And in addition to sending text messages like this, hey, just checking back in, what did you think of the homes that I sent over? Happy to refine the search for you. Something like that, just trying to be of value to them. But these messages are going to be going out automatically. People are going to start responding, and you can carry this system. You can keep this going for as long as you want here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of one that we use inside our team, just so you can get some ideas when you have something a little bit more in depth. So this is a sequence that I have put together in one of our accounts here. So the trigger is a Facebook lead form was submitted. So it's kind of the same thing as a contact being created there. Now we have it doing all kinds of other things as well, because at the end of the day, like, you can automate a lot more stuff than most people think. So we have it updating the pipelines. We have it updating custom fields on the contacts so that anytime, if your ISA is calling them, they know what they clicked on. So we're updating the field for, add clicked details, just like that. We're adding a buyer tag so that we can differentiate whether this is a buyer lead or a seller lead. Then we're checking, some of our partners, don't use our ISA team, or if you have an ISA and they call some days and they don't call other days, you can have it check if the ISA status is active. So again, you're checking, this is called conditional logic. And this is checking if whatever you want it to check, essentially. So right now, this one is checking if the ISA status is active, if the custom value ISA status has the word active written into it. Now, this is pretty complex stuff, so don't need to overthink it. But then from there, it's like updating the notes. So this lead clicked on an ad on Facebook to see a list of desirable homes in, clicked add details. And then it's like whatever you want to have plugged in there. So anytime you're making an update to your ads, you can update what those clicked add details are. Then, so we give our team 1 hour of calling. So they usually call them a couple times in that first hour. Then it's going to be using more conditional logic and checking if an appointment has been booked or if they've been live transferred to the agent. So if it's been booked, it's going to automatically update them in the pipeline to the appointment set stage. If it hasn't been booked, it's going to check and make sure that the business hours are between 6 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. So we usually text people pretty early and we'll go pretty late because we've seen pretty good responsiveness. And that first message for us that goes out is just like this. So it'll say, name, it's Asa over at ABC Realty. Just saw you inquired about that list of homes on Facebook. Were you able to access it all right? Super casual, and then we're also sending them an email as well. So, we're saying that it's from us. Hi, name, glad to see you're showing some interest in the local real estate market. Are you thinking about purchasing one of these homes for yourself? We'd be happy to give you an in-person tour of the ones that stuck the most. Let me know if you're interested in seeing any of them. Sometimes, again, you want to hit them on multiple channels, email, text, all of it. So then from there, we're going to wait one day to see if they respond or if they book an appointment. So we're waiting one day, and now this is a little bit of a more complex wait step. So we're waiting, instead of waiting time, we're waiting to see if they replied to something. So we're seeing if they replied to that last text message that we sent them, and we're going to have it time out after one day. So if they haven't responded to that message after a single day, then it'll start messaging them again. So again, if they have responded, it's going to add a tag that says the lead responded. It's going to update them to the pipeline, to the engaged section of the pipeline. It's going to notify the agent, or have it, you can set up so that you get a notification if you build this all out yourself. Notify me that somebody engaged, notify me that somebody responded, something like that. And then again, it'll check to see if they've booked or if anything has happened there. Then from there, we're just sending a really, really simple message. Is this name? We're looking for confirmation to make sure that we even have the right person on our automation sequence here. So is this contact first name? Just like that. And then we'll send them their next email. Then we'll wait 2 days, or we'll wait one more day. And then we just keep this sequence going for days upon days upon days and days and days and days and days until we get to some kind of conclusion. The point is this is running in the background on autopilot, engaging your leads, following up with your leads so that you can focus on those higher priority tasks, which is meeting face-to-face with people. And then if you want to take it a step further even, you can get an ISA that is responding to all of these people that are getting engaged so that you don't have to. So again, you only have to just wait for those appointments to be booked on your calendar, show up to those appointments, do your thing, get the listing, get the buyer broker signed, and you're going to be collecting a lot of business that way. But these are some very, very important tools that a lot of people overlook. Hopefully this was valuable for you. If I need to go more in depth on this kind of thing, just let me know. If you want to see again what this looks like if we were to actually build that out for you as well. If you were to partner up with us, click the link below, book a conversation with our team. We'll see if we can help you out. But other than that, if you have any other questions, just drop those down below in the comments.